So let's put the kibosh on the series. We'll be doing the 2022 season as we know it so far. And the standings I got here is last sheet, literally. It's cardboard. Standings are, when I typed the notes for these standings, there are still 2 games left, so, or today's games. So anyways, January 9th, Rachel Balkovich was the first woman to be hired as a manager. And she was hired to manage the Tampa Tarpons. Interesting choice of name considering it almost sounds like something else. April 7th season begins finally. After March 10th, the Major League Baseball and the Players Association agreed to a 5-year CBA that includes a universal DH, which means both leagues are using it. Postseason expanded to 12 teams, which means 6 teams in each league get into the postseason, meaning that, if I remember right, the top 2 teams get buys to the division series. 3rd seed versus 6th seed, and 4th seed versus 5th seed for the wild card series, and I think that's a best of 3, if I remember right. Okay, April 23rd, Miguel Cabrera is the 33rd player to reach 3,000 hits. Albert Pujols on June 4th plays his 3,000th game. April 12th, Alyssa Nakken of San Francisco is the first woman in Major League Baseball to be the coach on field after the original first base coach got kicked out of that game against San Diego. May 3rd, Dusty Baker wins game number 2,000 as manager. So those are some of the notes that happened. So far this season, there's like 3 no-hitters. 2 of them combined, and the third one was just yesterday against the Yankees. I think 3 Houston pitchers, if I remember right. Standings thus far, not including the 2 games that were in progress. Yankees are at 53-20, leading the AL East. Boston's at 42-31. I think stands in the wild card spot. Toronto is at 48-32, as well as Tampa Bay, and I think they got the 2nd and 3rd wild cards, if I'm looking at this right. Baltimore is at 34-40. Minnesota is leading the American League Central at 41-33. Yeah, it's Cleveland. I think it looks like it's at 36-32. It looks like Chicago's at 34-37. Detroit's at 28-43, and Kansas City's at 26-45. Houston is leading the AL Central at 45-27. Texas is at 34-37. The Angels are at 35-40. Yeah, these games are all over the place. Some play more, some less. Seattle's at 34-40, and Oakland's at 25-49. Mets are leading the AL National League National League East at 47-27. Atlanta's at 42-31, and I believe has one of the wildcard spots by the looks of it. Philadelphia's at 39-35. Miami's at 33-38. I had Florida there, and it's Miami. Washington's at 27-48. Milwaukee's at 42-33, leading the NL Central. St. Louis is at 41-34. Pittsburgh's at 29-43. Chicago's at 28-45. And Cincinnati's at 25-47. So St. Louis has one of the other wild cards, by the way. Dodgers at 44-26. San Diego's at 45-30 and has the 3rd wild card. San Francisco's at 39-33. Arizona's at 32-41. And Colorado's at 31-42. Luis Arraez of Minnesota is leading the majors with a .345 average. Aaron Judge of the Yankees is leading the majors with 27 home runs. And Jose Ramirez of Cleveland is leading the majors with 62 RBIs. Alek Manoah of Toronto and Justin Verlander of Houston have 9 wins in a 3-way tie for first in the majors. Shane McClanahan of Tampa Bay has a 1.881 ERA that leads the majors and has 113 strikeouts that also leads the majors. Excuse me. Paul Goldschmidt of St. Louis is at 336 average that leads the National League. Pete Alonso of the Mets and Kyle Schwarber of the Philadelphia Phillies have 20 home runs, leading the National League. Pete Alonso also has 60 RBIs that leads the National League. Tony Gonsolin of the Dodgers has 9 wins in that 3-way tie with Manoah and Verlander. Sandy Alcantara of Miami has a 1.95 ERA, leading the National League. And Corbin Burns of Milwaukee has 110 RBIs. So that is the 2022 season so far. At the end of the season, I'll do a more in-depth update. So that pretty much puts the kibosh on this series. I like to get all my stuffies in a picture, but I got like 6 of them, and that's a whole lot of our arm space. So they all thank you for watching. I thank you for watching. And until the next series, when I start doing that, stay tuned.